Alright, moving right along, doing my thing. Murphy stepped in. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Now you're going to say, you should have known that. You should have known that. There's a tire in the sidewall. Actually, not the sidewall. Basically, if you went to a tire shop, they would tell you, we can't repair this. It's the sidewall. So, yada, yada, yada. This is what I'm going with. These tires, look at them. They're not even a year old. Now, I didn't buy the, we replace them for this, we replace them for that, because you know what they do? They prorate your tire anyway. So these tires were like, actually I got them on sale for like $113. They're like normally $140 a tire. But when they prorate it, if there's like not a lot of miles on it, say you only use 10% of the lifespan, you're still gonna have to pay the big ass difference of the tire. So since this right here is not below this line right here, I'm going to go ahead and patch that. For the life of me, jack of all trades, master if I can't find my tools. If you don't mark this right now, when you put it on the stand, you're not going to be able to find it, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do is, I got a paint marker because I cannot find my tire markers. I'm just going to draw a line around this right here. And how I know it probably is all the way through is because this past week my tires were at 30 pounds of pressure. Well, just one back tire, but that's the only time it was at 30 pounds. I filled it up and it held it. It's still, I filled it up to 45 and it's still at 45 right now. So it did go down some, so that just the point of that might be through. But since it's there, I'm going to take it out and we'll see what's going to happen. But I'm going to mark it right now where it's at. I'm not going to mark it on the sidewall. Oh, granted, that is the inside, so I can mark it on the sidewall right here. Now normally if you go to tire shops, what they do is they put a line where your weight is at so they don't have to rebalance it. I call bullcrap on that, because even though if they put the weight in the exact same place, they put a patch somewhere else and everything else is, so they should be rebalanced. They shouldn't just mark out where the tire weight was and put the tire weight in the same place. So I'm going to mark this one and pull that out right there. Here's some other toys that I got. I always keep extra valve stems at the house. And you can't really see because of the sun. Extra valve stems. This is actually a good puller right here. What you do is, if you got to pull a new wheel stem through one of these, you screw this on. This sits on the rim and it pulls it right through. And I got some extra valve pullers right here. I always keep these on hand. This is a depth finder to see if the tire got how much tread the tire got in it. So alright, I marked it. Pull that nail out and then get everything ready to get the weights off the tire and then pull it off on my tire machine. I'll let you know what Atlas tire machine it is. But also you could put plugs on stuff, but I hate putting plugs in stuff. So let's see what we got here. Alright, now one thing, if you don't know if it's all the way through, also I keep a old bottle of dishwashing liquid, but when it's like almost when there's only like a eighth of dishwashing liquid in there left, what I normally do is fill the rest up with water, and then that's what I pour on my tires to know if there's a leak, because it'll bubble up really good. So I'm gonna take the weights off of this, then I'll show you my Atlas out, not the WB82. I don't know which one it is. I'll let you know. Alright, I'm gonna do this outside so you can see. Look at this. What do we have here? You know what that is? Anybody? Raise your hand. That's a Harbor Freight tire changer. People say, if you got regular tire machines, why do you keep the Harbor Freight tire changer? Right now I keep this because we never know what's going to happen in the future. If I don't get electricity, if my air compressors ain't running or something, guess what? With this right here, you get a standard tire off. You need some rimmies though, and actually this got to be bolted down to something else. Now this right here is very good. I got the other bracket to it, but this is an actual manual bead breaker right here. So that's freaking awesome. This right here right now I use to hold my tire. The only bad thing with this, honestly, is I wish this square was welded tighter so it could grab better. So, but I mean, I could do that in the future. But right now, I took the nail out already. You've seen that. Don't lose these. I always drop these somewhere and lose these. But right now, I'm going to pull out the wheel stem. If you haven't pulled out a wheel stem before, this is a wheel stem puller. It fits in there, and then you just turn it. I got tons of wheel stems. And this right here is so when you're gonna squeeze the wheel with your bead breaker, you know, it don't pop the tire at all or anything. There's nothing holding all that weight in to pop the tire. It's my TCX589, the tire machine that I got. Let me straighten that out, right? Not that one. Straighten that out right there. Alright, now this is my bead breaker right here, all the way in the corner right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my tire on that and get ready to break that bead. This is some of the other stuff I got. The rubber prep. After you clean your tire, you should rub it with rubber prep. I'm out of that. Rubber cement. You know, with the rubber cement, I always use a lighter. Because if you just glob the rubber cement on and you don't dry it off, your tire patch, which is that blue thing, is not going to adhere. You got to dry that off. You could use a heat gun also. Dry that rubber cement to make it sticky before you put the patch on. I got my grinder, because you got to scuff up the rubber inside of the tire. What some people do, and they do wrong, is they scuff the hell out of it. They scuff the hell out of it. For one, you're throwing the balance off, but if you expose the steel on the inside, you're going to get premature wear, because that pre-exposed steel belt on the inside will actually rust on you and snap. I got a blower to blow all the rubber out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tire out right now. But like I said, this is why I keep my Harbor Freight, just in case the zombie apocalypse happens, I could change tires still. Okay, TC589X, pretty much self-explanatory. This is for your bead breaker. Just you press that button, that's what comes in right there. This right here is to open and close your thing to grab your rim clamp, either from the inside or the outside. This right here is what rotates your disc right here. If you got fancy custom rims or whatever, I know there's one more somewhere else. These are what goes on right here for your fancy custom rims. I never use those, do. Yeah, fancy custom rims, I ain't gonna work on your car for you. Oh, there's the other one right there. I don't deal with that. Oh, he scratched my rim, he scratched my this. This is for personal stuff. I do this for me and my kids. Alright, so either way, what you gotta do is you gotta get this lined up with your rim right there. And then you squeeze it, and it'll pop in. Pop right off your rim right there. Alright, and then what I do is I actually step on it on that side to break the rest of it off. I don't put it in there twice if I don't have to. See it down? The rest of it snapped off like that. Now I gotta do the back side just like that, and then I'll show you what the next step doing on the machine. Alright, after you take a swig of beer, you step on this one right here, and that locks the machine. Underneath the rim is locked on there now. Get this right here. There's rubber pieces you can put on here. I have them there, they're not on here. But anyways, that's what stops it from scuffing. And there's a handle right there. So you lower the handle, you get it to where you want it, right on the rim like that, and then you lock it in place. Then you lock your handle in place. Okay, what I do is I got some rim lube, some rimmies. I go ahead and put a little rimmies. Now I don't leave it in here because it just evaporates because I don't use it enough. So I put that in there, go back and forth, and then I just lube the tire because it's a lot of pressure for that tire to come up and around this. So I just lube the tire, and I lube up here where the tire is going to be sliding at. I'm going to need some more rimmies. Okay, then what you get right here, you get your breaker bar. Your breaker bar with that side down like that. Get it underneath the tire, and you push it on there, and that's what the other one's for. Push that, and your tire comes up. Bada bing, bada bing. Okay, so then you lean this to the side again. See if it didn't set. I had a lot of bead sealer on the inside of this tire. And then you gotta head and get your thing underneath here again. Grab the second lip. I'm trying to do this holding my camera. Okay, let me put this camera down so I grab a second lip. Alright, I had to grab underneath the second lip. This one I actually had to finagle around a little bit. And after it's on the second lip, that's why you got that rimmies on it, because that'll actually tear apart the rubber on the tire. Alright, so I got my tire off. So we're going to deal with the tire first, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to the rim before I put it on. You don't have to bleed that up because you know that's exactly where it's supposed to be now. But this right here, like I said, the only bad thing, I wish this was a little bit more stiff because that's kind of loose. You got to find out where your mark was for the tire, which is right there. Okay, and that got to be actually on the machine. on the bottom part right here, that's what you're going to squeeze down. These hooks grab the tire, and these hooks right here, you get all the way up to the tire like this. You pull the back part out as much as possible, and you stretch the tire open. Like I said, that one slipped. It slips a lot, this Harbour fruit one. I got to kind of weld it and fix it. Okay, there you go. That's close enough for government standards. Okay, see, this is too wide where it slips back and forth. But see how it holds the tire open? And if you can see, that's where I had marked. And right down in there, you see the hole right there. That's the hole right there, okay? So what you got to do is you got to grind out that little bit of hole, and that's what you have this right here for. Now this right here will tear off some rubber, so you got to be really gentle with this because you don't want to get a big rubber hole in there. You just actually want to scuff it. You don't want to break anything through to the steel belt. So I'm going to scuff it really quick, really small, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, let me show you this. That is a little bit I scuffed up. You see it? I mean, I really didn't. It just goes from right here. This little circle is what I scuffed up around that little pinhole right there. You don't gotta really, all you're doing is scuffing it up so that the glue and the patch you don't gotta bog it down or remove a lot of rubber. I've seen people go all the way down and actually break the steel belt, go to the steel belts right here. We're gonna cause premature wear on that damn tire. So I'm gonna blow this out with the blower. And then from there we're going to put some of this on it right here, vulcanizing cement. Like I said, I'm out of the pre-rubber cleaner. That's the best thing to put on next, but since I don't got that, I'm just gonna put the vulcanizing cement in there. Enough out here where that's actually heating up really fast already. But you can't put the patch on this while it's wet. If you put the patch on this while it's wet, you're wasting your time. This is what I do. So I can warm it up some. Just that much, alright? This right here is a roller to roll the patch on. This right here is the patch itself. Okay, oh man, didn't mean to do that at all. The blue backing is off. Then I get the top part of it off. Okay, and then you roll it. See the part that didn't have any rubber cement right there? It's not even sticking. This right here rolling it was making the patch stick adhere to the rubber cement. What I'm going to do right there is put a little bit of rubber cement. And then after that, it's just reverse, putting the tire back on. Put a lot of lube on it when you're putting the tire back on because you don't want to rip that seal. I know the patch was on the inside, so it's going to go that way. Alright, a lot of shops don't use it, but I use it all the time. Bead sealer. So I had the hard time popping the damn tire off this back because it seals it. It like glues it so you don't get no leaks right there. So this is actually just a sanding pad. So I sand down the whole tire top and bottom right here. Then I put the bead sealer on it. Then I put the tire back on. Then I put the bead sealer on it. It's easier to put the bead sealer on the bottom than it is on the top, to tell you the truth. This was the back side of the tire. But here's where I put the rimmies back on the tire. Because it does get pressure where you don't want that rubber to tear. You could tear the bead of your tire, the rubber on the bead of your tire, if it's not sliding on there really smooth. Alright, I got a cheater machine to use also, so Watch, I'll show you what my cheater bar is. Alright. That goes like that. You put the bar on that, pops it right in. Pow! This is my cheater bar. I don't need it on big tires like this. I will use it on littler tires. This is my cheater bar. Put it like this because you have to hold this side of the tire down for the other to pop in. See how easy that is? Okay, lift this up. Don't just let it go out fast because you don't want it to pop up. Alright, and get your air now. I don't got the seal in there, the little tire stem yet, because I want to pop the bead first. So it lets all air go in full blast. I know these use 51 pounds of air. So let me get my wheel stem put back in there. Oh, I left my stem thingy outside there. And it just screws right back in. Don't over tighten that either because you could break the seal on that one too. Okay. And then this gets filled up. Okay, after the bead is set, I'm going to release it. So that means just tire sitting there. And then I'm going to fill it up to 51 psi. I mentioned before about my little bottle of water. What I do my little bottle of water for, I put my tip, the cap back on. That's soapy water right there. And if you see bubbles coming up in there, that means you got to replace your wheel stem also. And that's why I keep extra wheel stems on hand. But now those are just the bubbles that fell in. You would see a lot of bubbles being built if it were a leak in there. So let me get this balanced. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. This is one thing I wanted to show you here. This is the tire that I had the flat in. And what I wanted to show you, when the tire shops just mark with a white line where they put your tire, you know, where the waist square when they took them off so they could put it back on. Look at the difference with the patch. 125 and 150. On all my other tires, it was either 50 on one side, 50 on the other side, or 1 with nothing. This is 125 and 150, and this was the one that I had the patch in. So that's why I don't believe when a tire shop just mark a white line to know where to put the weight at, it's really still not balanced. That's why you should have your tires balanced. If you're on expressway, you feel something wrong with probably one of your tires, that it's not balanced. You need an alignment. One's worn out. There's a bubble. There's a broken belt. But like I said, when they just mark your tire like this and put the weight back, it's not the right spot. Alright, so I put the weights on that it asked for. Now that's a balanced tire right there. So and that's because I took the weights off and I put new weights on. So I'm done for the day. Don't forget, if you don't have one of these, pick it up. You might need it for the zombie apocalypse. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share this. This is going to be in 2 videos. One of them is going to be just rotating the tires and balancing the tires. But the other one was the flat tire that I stumbled upon. Alright, bye. Okay, there you have it. I got 2 videos done. Now I got to get this thing washed. I did the video of rotating the tires. I went front to back this time, back to front. Next time I'm going to go side to side. All the tires looked like they were wearing well. And the reason why I did this is because I hit a pothole. And I was doing like 80 miles an hour. I thought I felt a little bit something. So maybe it's just my mind from the pothole that I hit. Maybe there was something unbalanced. So I took all the weights off all the tires and rebalanced them. Now this one up here was the one that actually had the little nail in it, the little flat tire. So I did an extra video of how to do that, how to fix that flat tire on your Atlas TC589 tire machine. So I'm going to separate the videos. Well, one's going to be a really long one and one's just going to be for the tire. But keep an eye out because it's my 02 Astro. And right now, I'm looking at taking this part off right here. I'm going to pop all that off. And I'm going to fix this right here, but I want to fix it a special way that you could have a key lock for it and don't have to be automatic. So keep an eye out for that one, alright? Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share. I appreciate it all. The more you subscribe, like, and share, the more I could do little projects. And heck, maybe I could I wouldn't even buy a new van. I'll keep this van and just do all the body work on it step by step. Alright? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.